Welcome back to part 2 of my flea market buying spree. So in the previous video you guys saw that I bought not only a PS1 Slim but a PS2 Slim. The PS1 Slim actually worked out of the box. It just needed some cleaning, so we took it out, cleaned it as well as we could, and it plays perfectly fine for $5. I did buy this PS2 Slim for $15. I did kind of play with it before, so I know there may be more issues on this one. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see what issues occur initially. So we have the PS2 wired up. Let's go ahead and turn on the monitor and turn on the console itself. I do get a red indicator light right here, so it is getting power. This button itself is stuck. It's stuck in the off position because it's so crummy. So it seems to turn on and then immediately turn off. Let's see if we can see that in the camera. So it's red right now. Press it green, then it turns red. Don't know if that's just because the button is crummy or if there's an actual power issue. Let's go ahead and unplug, plug back in, and do that on both sides with the power switch. Yeah, so it looks like it powers on and it powers off. That's weird because when I initially tried this, it powered on, it stayed on. So this is a new issue. And then the eject button is also stuck. This thing is disgusting. We're gonna go ahead and take it apart. Honestly, if I clean this thing and it still doesn't work, I'm just gonna be happier with the fact that I'll be able to clean it. This thing is disgusting. Way worse than the PS1 Slim. So why don't we just start with that? So I've never actually taken apart a PS2 Slim before. I'm gonna try to wing it because I don't think there's really a way I can mess this up. Knock on whatever this is made out of. I think like most consoles, we'll pry the bottom rubber out and start from there. Okay, with that off, I'm wondering if we kind of just pry. This thing is so crummy. I don't even know if it'll just come off. Yeah, it looks like it will. There's just specks of dirt everywhere. This is definitely the nastiest thing that I've taken apart on this table. Okay, we have a look at the inside, and honestly, it doesn't look crazy. Definitely looks like things can be cleaned in here a lot. Okay, I lied, it looks kind of crazy. Things need to be cleaned in here. So we're definitely gonna be going ham with the plastic part for sure, but also this part. Let's continue to take it apart. We'll take the power out and unplug it from this ribbon cable. I really hate these ribbon cables because I feel like sometimes the tab is gonna break. This one did not. Okay, so if we can lift this up. Okay, so we can lift it up without taking the fan off. I don't think I want to take the fan off. I think I want to clean what I can from this standpoint. So just so we don't lose it. And then we should be able to slide. Ready for the grand reveal? That's oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's disgusting. That somebody definitely got liquid in this. Yuck. We may have to take this out and clean the whole board. And even then, I don't know if I can salvage it. We have our work cut out for us. I'm gonna start first by just cleaning the plastic stuff. I don't even know how to put this down. This is disgusting. I don't want it to touch my table. We can move these guys over and focus on just taking this apart a little more. I don't think the bottom needs anything else. It's just one solid piece. So we'll throw that there. I want to take this apart because we definitely want to clean everything here. The buttons, the doors, all of it. Okay, so I was actually able to get these front plate out. It's actually kind of interesting how it was laid in there. There's like this natural locking mechanism. Oh, sorry, it goes this way. And then you have this spring that keeps it in. You probably can't see anything right now. But then once you slide it, you can actually pull it out, and that reveals. So the start button is good to go from here. You don't need anything. the other buttons are hidden here. So you have the eject button. So I was able to get the eject button out. You actually push it out instead of the power button where you pull it out. I'm gonna leave the PlayStation logo in there and just chill with that. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did the PS1. I'm gonna put the plastic components in the bath and like just look at that. Look at that. Disgusting. Just let that soak, toothbrush it, soapy water. Let's see how that goes. Okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna take this apart even more, but now I'm kind of interested and I want to. Hopefully I don't lose the stuff, but I'm just gonna take it apart just so I can clean it. So now the bottom piece should come free if I'm correct. Ooh. So I'm definitely gonna clean this up with IPA. I'm hoping that this was liquid and not a capacitor going bad. Not that the capacitor would be the worst issue. I just don't feel like doing that. And to be honest, I might as well just clean this as I go about. So let's clean this next. Since we have a good view of the bottom now, I'm just gonna take some IPA, spill it all over my desk, but also just start working. I know things don't look the same as they were. I got carried away with trying to clean this thing, so that's kind of what I'm on now, and I will see what I can do. Things in here are very dirty. So just by looking at the board, it doesn't look like a capacitor is the reason that this gunk is here. It looks like someone just poured, honestly, Coca-Cola all over their stuff. So hopefully cleaning this up helps, but I guess we'll see. We have a lot to go through. We were able to take this metal shield off. I was unable to get this ribbon cable out for the laser area, so we're just gonna clean that separately. So in my vigorous scrubbing, I actually snapped a ribbon cable, which was I was pretty scared about doing. If I do get a new one, it's not a big deal, just to solder it back, but it's just so annoying because I can't get it out of here, and I'm wondering if this doesn't even come out. So we're gonna still go ahead and clean up everything. I don't think that should keep it from turning on and displaying, maybe just from reading a disc. So we're gonna push forward. All right guys, so I did take a good time off camera cleaning this thing and putting it back together. I know that ribbon cable thing was unfortunate, but this thing is just so mucked up and I don't think it's worth my time, to be honest. One thing I did do is try to power it back on, and it's doing the same thing where it goes green and then it goes red again. I don't know if it's a power delivery thing. Maybe there isn't enough power being offered. Yeah, so it just turns on and then turns back off. It doesn't even get to powering on to diagnose other issues. And I think this is important to show because I'm not Tronics Fix It. I'm not some guy who's gonna go ahead and dive too deep. I do like to learn new things. I do think I made this thing look a lot cleaner, but I'm probably gonna just sell this as parts to people who need parts, if they need buttons or whatever. I do think this was worth it for me, at least, maybe for you as well. I definitely learned a lot about the PS2 Slim. I actually didn't look too much on this before I opened it, so a lot of trial, a lot of error, but I do think I learned the best when I do that way. Then again, this was pretty low stakes. I only spent $15 on it. I mean, this goes to show, sometimes you luck out and get something really nice, sometimes you don't, and you never know, but that's just the game. So as long as you can take a lesson out of it and a positive, and I think I took a positive out of it. I learned the infrastructure of this thing pretty well. I'm happy about that. So unfortunately couldn't fix it for the video, but that's just the reality of things. Sometimes you can't fix things. If you guys like the video, drop a like. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.